71 years ago, English explorer Henry Hudson was looking for a passage through North America to the Pacific Ocean for the Dutch. While sailing on his half-moon ship with 20 Dutch and English sailors, he found the river which is now named after him. He mapped this area and brought back the information to the Dutch. Soon after this, the Dutch sent ships to present-day Manhattan Island and began trade with the Native Americans.
Peter Minuet bought the island from the Native Americans for 60 guilders, which is now equivalent to $24. The Dutch tried to put Peter Minuet and 4 other Dutchmen in charge of governing what they called New Netherland, but the great Charles II claimed this land as English territory and gave it to his brother, James, the Duke of York. Now New York is back in the hands of the English.
I'm an English settler. I came to New York because I wasn't able to practice my religion freely in England. I wanted to become separate from the Catholic Church of England, but that was not tolerated. In New York, there's religious freedom, and many others, just like me, have found New York, so they too can freely practice whatever religion they choose. Many other settlers come for economic opportunities that New York offers. There's much money available in farming and trade. If you too want religious freedom for the chance at wealth, come join the New York colony.
Oh, hello there. I'm an English settler as well. I came to New York in the hopes of finding money. When in England, I lived in London in the slums, and I was a very poor man. Then I took what I thought would be a risk in coming to New York. I came here and took this job as a lumberjack, and it let me and my family lead a life that I would otherwise not be able to live in London. Another occupation in need of workers in New York is shipbuilding. It's a key occupation in New York because New York was founded upon trade, and many are in need of ships to travel between Europe and the New World.
Without shipbuilding, we would have no means of transportation. The economy is currently relying largely on trade, so ships are essential. In the New York colony,
I really like New York a lot better than England.
Yeah, the climate is so much nicer.
I agree. Also, New York there's miles and miles of open land, and England's so densely populated.
Yeah, and England has living on a small patch of land. But here, I have acres to farm on.
When the Dutch were empowered, Director Generals and their councils governed over the settlers. When the Duke of York was granted power of the colony, the Director General's power was taken away.
now the Duke of York acts as king of the colony, and New York is under the power of the crown as the royal colony. This makes New York much like England in the sense of our laws, yet we are still free of the Church of England's reign. Wait.
No matter what type of lifestyle you would like to live, New York is the place to be. Those that live in the urban rely on occupations such as shipbuilding, ironworks, and trading goods. But all these jobs rely on sources which are produced from jobs in the rural areas.
Since all the city life relies on raw goods from the rural areas, there's a lot to do out here in the country. Some of these jobs include lumbering and the farming of raw goods.
Farming is a very important part of settling in New York. It is a great occupation and can bring in lots of money. I came to New York with my family for economic opportunity and a chance at wealth. There's many different things to farm in New York.
For example, flour, wheat, barley, and oats. Flour especially is a big export from New York. We export it to England and other places because they are in need of raw materials, and they don't have land to farm it. This is the reason many settlers, just like myself, came over, is because they could farm and live on acres of land that they weren't able to in England because it was so densely populated. Farming is a great occupation because England is in need of the goods they are able to produce in New York. As English settlers, we're very pleased that England took control of New York. They opened up many opportunities for jobs, such as occupations in lumbering, shipbuilding, ironworks, and farming.
Also, now the English people are taking full advantage of all the natural resources in the area. We export many different goods including wheat, barley, oats, lumber, and especially flour. Trade has become a large economic success in our colony.